What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another market recap and predictions. It's your boy CB checking back in with you all. And I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know we're doing a recap right now, but we're not really gonna go over, we'll go over charts, but it wasn't really much of a session to be had because the market was just very, very range bound. And I'm not gonna lie. And I'm gonna show you guys why. So here we have the 4-hour time frame loaded up on the SPY chart. And as you guys see, it was just very range bound in this zone between 740 and 732. And we finally got a break after reaching the end of the day on Friday. But before then, we were just holding this very tight range of up and down movement all week long. And I'm not gonna lie, I got caught in the chop. I got caught in the chop going up and down, up and down, up and down, trying to catch some form of a trend. There was no trend really to catch. Only trends you could possibly catch were the trends in the lower time frames, but even then the ranges of risk to reward was just super wide. So you had to risk a lot in order to make a little, or vice versa. Risk a little to make a lot. And it was very rough to find those risk a little to make a lot moves because of the range that we were in. So I just took a lot of the same trades, and so honestly it was, because as you guys see, it wasn't much of any movement. There were just really a lot of the same trading ranges, and so for me, I took an L simply due to the fact of over trading and trying to capture some form of a trend when there was no trend to catch. So yeah, that's really the recap for me. From Monday to Tuesday. Monday was probably the only really decent day. We caught some moves in the end of day session after holding. I'll show you guys. It was crazy. On Monday, before we got that gap down, you guys will see here on the Monday time frame, initially what took place was, let me see if I can open it up some more. There we go. There we go. All right, so here we are on the Monday time frame, and as I mentioned, you guys see here that we had an initial push higher, right? Initial push higher here on levels at 830. So boom, 1, 2, 3. Orb high formed, orb low formed here, orb high formed here. Initially we tried to push above it, failed to push above it, and then we inversed this entire move down, back below 748. From 748, we pushed all the way down to 744, our second level of demand here. But we then showed some sign of life trying to hold it, and we held this range all day long. From 740 to 746, basically all day long, just chop, chop, chop. And as you guys see, it just chopped all the way to the end of the day session. And then we finally saw a level of break. Actually, we didn't see a break. It never broke. It never broke. So yeah, it was just choppiness all throughout the day. And the only real move was from 9:10 to 9:45, I guess. And then we bounced up a little bit, and then we went back down. So our move that we caught was the reversal move off of the 746. We caught this move back down here, and that was it, because we couldn't get any continuation. We didn't see any moves back up. We just held the range all day long. So that's what I mean when I say it was just very, very choppy and very, very range bound. But nonetheless, there are a lot of lessons to be learned from weeks like this. If you guys traded this week, I'm sure you guys learned a lot. But for me, what I learned is to never, if you see nothing, trade nothing. You see nothing, trade nothing. There's no reason to force a trade ever. There's always opportunity in the market, in other places, in other areas, in other days. Sometimes the best decision is to just not make one. So that's number one, That's the number one thing I would say is don't force it. Number two, overtrading is not necessary. It doesn't take a lot for the market to work in your favor. You just have to be patient enough, long enough to see the result that you want to see. If you're not, the market will consume everything you put into it, because every time you give, it'll just take every single time. So don't overdo it. Keep it simple, stay patient, stay disciplined. That's probably the hardest thing as a trader, is to just be patient enough, long enough to see the results, or see the thing that you want to happen. Because a lot of times you have idleness or boredness and just want to take action on something to make a move when that's not the right choice. So that would be the number 2 thing. And number 3, don't deviate from the plan. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan, and really enforce the plan, especially on weeks like this, because you can get back so many gains in a very short period of time just by doing the dumbest things you probably wouldn't have thought you would do, but due to your emotional control, due to your energy, due to your discipline, you can lose that control in a snap of a finger. So keep all those things in mind when trading these kind of things. And when you're trading a zone like this, if you know you're not a good trader when trading these kinds of zones, just walk away. Just put your hands up and say, I'm not going to trade this. And don't trade it. Don't force it. No reason to. So with that being said, let's talk about what we can look to see happen take place going into next week. All right, you guys. So here we have the 4-hour chart loaded up on the SPY chart. And we had a pretty bad week this week. Just honestly, it was only bad because of the range. We were holding this range between 740 and 732 after Monday's session. So Monday's session, we initially fell at 750, going back down from 750 to 744, but we failed to hold that level going into the next day. We gapped down and opened at 738 or so, retesting 740. We failed to get above it, so we went back down to 732. From there, we just held the range all the way leading into Friday. Friday, we then saw a push lower, but shortly after the push lower, we reversed and pushed back higher, going back up to 734, holding that level for a while. Then going into the end of the session on Friday, we then saw a very sharp sell-off and push lower, going back down below 728 and closing out the day at 731, but not only after reaching 726. So what can we expect to see take place in this next week? What are our levels to watch? The levels to watch on SPY are going to be between 720 and 732. As long as we hold above 720, we can see potential upside. So if we see a test of 720, if we bounce off that level, we can push back into 725. If we reclaim 725, we can push back up into 732. If we reclaim 732, we can see a push higher going back up to 736. However, if we fail to hold above 720, we can see a push lower going back down to 716. If we fail to hold 716, we can see a push lower going back down to about 710. If we fail to hold 710, we can see a push all the way down to somewhere around 702. So these will be the levels to watch going into this next week. Comment below your thoughts. Let me know if you guys are trading this range. Did you guys trade this range, number 1? Because let me tell you this, there is money to be made in the range, but you have to know which way to trade it. You have to know where the trend is at. Now, this isn't necessarily a trending session on the larger time frames, but on the smaller time frames, it may look as a trending session on a 5-minute, 15-minute, or 30-minute time frame. So you got to be mindful of where the trend is at and how the move is moving during those times to catch the proper moves in the proper directions. So let me know that. Let me know if you guys trade that range. Did you guys make money or lose money? Number 2, let me know what you guys' thoughts are on what could take place next week. Are you guys bullish or are you guys bearish? Me personally, I think we're still bullish in the larger time frames. We're holding up the structure, and this is just a simple retest level as long as we hold those zones that I mentioned. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you guys are bullish or if you guys are bearish in the comments. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay blessed.